Hello everyone, welcome to the next lecture on the numerical integration. Today we will discuss about how you can construct the MATLAB code of the Simpson one-third rule, and that is one of the most important method for integrating this function f of x in the numerical method. Myself Dr. Garg, working in the School of Mathematics, Thapar Institute, India. So what is the objective of this lecture is that our objective is that how to can construct the MATLAB code of such type of the functions, or in general this function is there. So what I can do is that I can construct the MATLAB code of this function f of x from a to b. So if you want to solve the integration of this, what you can do is you can replace the f of x with here limits a and b with 0 and 1. If you want to solve this function, replace the function with here and so on. So since our task is to find the MATLAB code or construct the MATLAB code by Simpson one-third rule, so our first target is to understand what is the Simpson one-third rule and under what conditions the Simpson one-third rule is applicable. So first of all, the Simpson one-third rule is a numerical integration method. So all of you know that it is useful for solving the integration that can be helpful for calculating the approximate values of the definite integral, that is from a to b of the f of x. Since this is the approximating the value of the integral f of x, so it is based on the rule that the points will follow the quadratic function. So all of us knows that in order to construct the quadratic function there is a need of the 3 points. So I consider as the x0, x1 and x2, and the corresponding the value of the x node is the f of x node and so on. Since this is the function which are depending on the quadratic function, so it passes through the 3 points. So hence it's consists of the polynomial of degree 2. So the differences of order 3 or greater than 3 must be 0 by using the Newton divided difference rule. So that is our task is to find a curve which pass through this point and so on. Under what conditions you can define this Simpson one-third rule? So you can see how we can solve the any of the integration this by using the Simpson one-third rule. This is the formula for that. You can see this, what is the f of a is the function value at the lower limit. You can see the value at the upper limit f of b, and in between them is that twice the values of the a plus h, a plus 3h, a plus 5h and so on, that is all the odd terms, while 4 times the sum of the even terms are there. So I can express this term as here f of a and f of b are the lower and upper limits plus twice the all the function values of the odd terms plus 4 times the even terms. So I will write this function into this MATLAB code are there. So our target is to construct the MATLAB code of this equation. How we can construct that? So before making the MATLAB code, you must know that under what condition the Simpson one-third rule acquires. So Simpson one-third rule acquires only when you have the even number of the subintervals. So if you have the odd number of the subintervals, that is of the h, then it will not be defined the Simpson one-third rule. So make sure that your subinterval will be even. Secondly, since it is based on the degree of polynomial 2, so it is also called as the parabolic rule. So let's see how you can construct the MATLAB code of the Simpson one-third rule. I can explain this with the help of this function, but you can replace the function with your own desired. So that is our task is to write this function into our MATLAB file. So how we can start them? You can firstly start with the format short. If you want to display your result up to the 4 decimal places, if you want to display the result up to the 16, 18 or more than, you can replace the word short with the help of the long, long, format long. After that you have to clear all those variables and you have to clear the screen. Now first thing is that you have to define your function. Now I have considered this function, so I have to write here. Based on your own objective function, you have to define your own function. So since this is a function with respect to the x, so I have written as the at the rate of x. Whatever the function you have, if you have the cos x minus log x plus exponential, you have to write here. If you have the function of the 1 upon 1 plus x, you have to write the 1 upon 1 plus x here. After defining this, you have to define the lower limit, that is called as the a. So you have to ask from the user input enter a lower limits. Otherwise you can also write instead of this, you also write in this particular example a is my 1, so you can write a is 1. Similarly you can write b upper limit as my 2. But if you want to take from the user input, you can write a as the input the number of the lower limits, b as the input the upper limits. Once you are defining this, then you have to input the number of the subintervals. So once you are defining the number of subintervals, we define the value of the h as b minus a. Now since there is a restriction on the n, look at that in what we have discussed, that n, that is the number of the sub interval, must be the even. So what will happen if you divide, REM is called as the remainder. So when you divide n with respect to the 2, so if it is 0, it means this number is even, but if it is 1, it means the number is odd. So but if the number is odd, then it means the Simpson 1/3 rule is not applicable. So it means you have to put an error that please enter the valid n. So it means you have to ask the users that enter n as a valid even number. So if you enter the odd number, then it must satisfy the even properties here. Once you are here, now look at this function. You have to define k as 1 to, what is that? This is, look at that, this is called as the 1h, this is the 3h, this is the 5h, this is 7h, 9h, and so on. Similarly, this is called as the 2h, 4h, and so on. So I call as the 1 to n minus 1. And after that, I can define this function. Once k will be 1, it is 1 plus 1h. If k will be 2, it will be called as the a plus 2h. If 3, then and so on. So I call as the SR here. Now if you look about this, what is that? This is a plus h, a plus 3h, that is all the odd terms. So we can define the sum of the all, because it's a plus sign. So we define the sum of the odd terms are there, or sum of the even terms. So even number is start from the 2. So we can start the first number as a 2 from all those s, and the next number is as a 4. So the difference between them is a 2. So this is the increment, and the last value is the n minus 1. See, this is the sum of the even numbers, so I call as the SE. Similarly, we define the SO, that is the sum of the odd numbers. They start from the 1 and then 3. So the starting number is 1. Next number is 3. So the increment is my 2. That is a 1, then 3, then 5 up to the n minus 1. Once you are defining the sum of the odd terms and the sum of the even terms, then we can write this Simpson 1/3 rule. That is the output h by 3 f of a, this is f of a, plus f of b, I can write f of b, plus twice the sum of the odd terms. So the odd terms I denoted as a SO. So it's twice the SO plus 4 times the sum of the even terms are there. Once you are writing this, then you can print these values here. Sum of the value of the integration is this, and that's the end of this MATLAB code is there. So look at that. If I run on this on the MATLAB file, so you can see I have written everything which I have explained into here. Now once you will run the file, you can see the output are here. So enter the lower limit. So you can see what is the lower limit in this particular example is 1. So I can put the lower limit as my 1. Upper limit is my 2. So I can set upper limit as my 2. And the number of the sub intervals as you wish. Now since it is a 15 is not an even number, so that's why they ask you the message that enter the valid numbers. So I have to enter the even number. So say it's a 20, and then the final answer will be here. So the integration of this will be this. On the other hand, if you want to run again, I wish limits as a 1, limit as a 2, number of the sub intervals I put up as an even number, then the answer will be here. You can also change the limits of the integrations, like instead of the 1 to 2, you can change them to be say 2 to 6, and the number of the sub intervals I can consider as a 10, then the answer will be here are there. So this is the way you can construct the MATLAB code are there. On the other hand, if you want to construct the MATLAB code for some another function, what you can do is you can simply define the function here as, say for example, I can construct the function to be 1 upon 1 plus x. So what you can do is I can run the function, then I can define the function limit as a 1, upper limit as a 4. That is, I have to integrate the function from 1 to 4, 1 upon 1 plus x, and then number of the sub intervals as a 10. The answer will be here. So this is the simple MATLAB code explanation of the Simpson 1/3 rule are there. I hope you can simply copy a line and learn this one. We will see how you can construct this Simpson 3/8 rule in our next class. Till then, you can simply follow this link for finding the more updated videos on the MATLAB code of the numerical methods. Till then, best of luck students. Happy learning.